the four unlimited minds are kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. They are kindness is these are the four limitless minds in Mahayana. The mindset of the persons, the people who practice Mahayana, who follow Mahayana, should have this kind of those should have these four attributes. Hinayana, they don't need to do this, but Mahayana, this is what we are about. First of all, kindness. Kindness, by definition, is to give joy. You're kind when you give joy to others. So you give joy to others. Number two, compassion. Compassion is to feel the pain of others. Others are suffering, and you feel for them. In Mahayana, it's not words. It's not a mental concept. It actually means you need to feel that pain. Say, yeah, I feel for you. No, it's not. I really know how you're feeling. That's what Mahayana is about. It's not words. It's not intellectual concepts. They know how much it hurts because they have been through it, or they know your suffering. But it's not simply compassion, but it's great compassion that Mahayana stresses. Hinayana definition, Hinayana compassion is, yes, you feel the suffering. And because you feel the suffering, you try to relieve it, right? If you know, then you should try to relieve it. People are suffering, people are in pain. So the human thing to do, the decent thing to do, is to try to relieve it. In particular, I give an example. It's so Mahayana. When people are in pain, they will bite you, they will hurt you, because that's all they know. They need to let out the pressure. Okay? They'll do something to hurt you. And if you stand there and you take the hurt, you take the beating, you actually are helping them. They have a place, they have a means of release of their suffering that builds up the pressure inside of them. If they don't release it to you, they release it to someone else. It will hurt someone else. So in Mahayana, we know that. We say, okay, no problem, here I am. Because a typical person, let's say like this person, like manic person, you see that person, that coming towards you, of course, the natural reaction would be to run away, right? You don't want to be near such people. Are you crazy? I'm not going near that. But in Mahayana, we don't run away. We take it. And that requires the ability to recover. Because these people are crazy. They're doing stupid things. They're not themselves. And therefore, in Mahayana, you can't simply talk, oh, I know how you feel. You have to take the pain yourself. They're going to hurt you. And that's why you develop the ability to recover. That's part of compassion. It's not talk. So you have kindness is the giving of joy. You see, you practice giving of joy. The compassion is you practice the taking of pain, the enduring of pain. This is very Mahayana. It's not, when I hear about Hinayana talk about compassion, they say, oh, I feel for you, I have compassion for you, and they walk their own way and, and so forth. Actually, the compassion, you go into the same trench and endure the suffering with them. The bodhisattvas would themselves become an animal, a beast of burden, to bear the same pain and the burden as the animal they're trying to save themselves. Okay? They don't just stand there and say, talk, and say, oh, I have compassion for you. Okay? In Mahayana, compassion means you have to bear the pain, help bear the pain, help bear the burden. Otherwise, it cannot be called compassion. Because when you're willing to help bear the pain right there, it brings you to your own limitations. How much suffering can you take yourself? Because every time you bear someone's burden, it saps your strength. And then the next person comes along and asks you to share the burden again. Okay? So that's why it forces us to recover very quickly, or to bear the burden much better and recover much better. This is so Mahayana. I know the academia and the people, the Chinese people, treat this as like a. If you read the definition of this, it's more like an intellectual definition. We're talking about actual practice. This is not theory. The kindness that you keep giving and giving and giving until you're so tired, and you still have to give and give and give. If you say, "There's so much I'm willing to give you, go away," then and it's measured kindness. It's not unlimited kindness. So that's why the actual translation that I want to use in the future for our material should be the mind of limitless kindness. That is, this mind you have here, you practice this mind where you're kind, you give joy to people, okay? You bring joy to people's life, and you keep on bringing more and more to them, to this person, and to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, to the next living being. That's the kind of mind you have. You don't only choose to give kindness to the people you like. You give and give without discrimination. You give with equanimity, endlessly. You don't stop. There's no measure. There's no measure in your mind. You give joy to people. You give more and more and more and more. Okay? Compassion is the same thing. You take on more pain and more suffering, more and more and more. If you do that, then limitlessly, you never have a limit to that. Then eventually, it becomes great compassion, because then their pain becomes your pain. There's no more differentiation. That's called great compassion. You're the same.
Emituofo, 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 Emituofo.